This week on Mark Menendez Bass TV, we head to a small oxbow lake in far west Kentucky, where springtime seems to be just around the corner. Water temperatures have started to rise, and bass should be moving closer to the bank and around shallow cover. These conditions have Mark ready to toss some reaction baits.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Mark Menendez Bass TV, and it's springtime. Goodies, blades, thunder crickets, hack attack spinnerbaits. Hey, even an old favorite of mine here. Gonna be fishing some warm water. Finally has warmed up this spring. The fish are moving shallow. Let's see what we're gonna do. We're kind of gonna have a little competition between the thunder cricket and spinnerbait. I'm gonna go every other fish. If I catch one on a thunder cricket, I'm gonna put it down and pick up a spinnerbait and see which one catches the biggest bass. Let's get started. Thunder cricket, you're up first. On a cool little lake here, western Kentucky. Noted for some big ones, got a lot of fish in it, but it's different. It's got standing timber in it. It's kind of different for our part of the world, but we're gonna mess around and see what we can catch. You can see I've taken the skirt and changed it on this thunder cricket. It's kind of a fire engine red. This is one I was throwing at the Bassmasters Classic. And early spring fish fire up on that red. Got a swimming shiner on the back of it. We're gonna see what happens with this. I'm predicting some fun stuff with this. Oh, I did get him. He's coming to the boat. I did get that fish. Oh, there's a good one. Old cricket scores one. Look at that. How about that? Get up in here. Well, that's a heck of a nice bass to get started. That fish hit it and came at me. I didn't even think I still had him. Look how white he is. Now, this lake's got dirty water in it. Look how thick and healthy that fish is. Thunder cricket number one. All right, next cast, spinnerbait. Right there's my little friend, thunder cricket. Now look at the shape of the blade. It's got rounded edges, creates that good hard wiggle, but here's one of the most important features of a bladed jig. See how long that hook is? Extends way back here. What happens many times when a bass grabs your bait? You set the hook, it blows that blade of the jig out and it opens their mouth. It makes that mouth open up. And with a bait that has a relatively short hook in it, you miss a lot of those fish. So Strike King put an extra long shanked hook in here and it drills them just about every time. Well, let's just grab Old Faithful here, old Premier spinnerbait, see what happens with that. Going with this spinnerbait. This is a Strike King hack attack spinnerbait with a rage grub on it. It's a big, meaty bait, heavy. It's a little over, this is the half-ounce model, but it's actually a little heavier than that. Want that good thump, 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 thump blade, trying to catch us a big one. Get them when they bite it. Oh, he came off. Golly. I guess I was wrong about that. God. That one knocked slack in the line. It's springtime. There he is. Oh. Golly. That was that same fish. I believe these fish are bedding. I believe these fish are bedding. How about that? That was 20-pound line. Dadgummit, he got me wrapped. All right, well, we'll just put another one on. We'll just go to a little different color. Go to a brim color here. Huh. There he was right there. He's every bit of 5 pounds. Every bit of 5 pounds. Let's get our goods back together. First, we're gonna put a rage grub on there again. I like this real bright chartreuse. They can see it from distance. It gives them a better target. That thing on there. Then, we are going to put, all right, that's on there good. Then we're gonna put a Gamakatsu trailer hook on there. This thing stops all eels. See the big opening on the hook? Just slide it over your main hook. Then I got this little tool that is the coolest little thing. It's from Rapid Fishing. I'm going to take a Rapid Fishing replacement disc, put it right there in the eye of the hook, or right there in the eye of the tool. Take my hook, put it in the middle of that disc, pull it to me. Now, we're going to end all this short striking. I believe these fish may be on the bed. That's why they're not getting the bait real good. But we're going to see if that doesn't help us some. That's two big ones on a spinnerbait that just should have been caught.
Kevin, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just filling in for Billy.
I need a 660 shad crankbaits in the Series 5 model.
We're out.
You're not out. You got all kinds of them right there.
We're out.
Kevin, I need 6.
Have a lollipop.
I do not want a lollipop.
Have a lollipop.
Do you have it in sexy shad color?
Introducing the all-new Tour Series, the only true cable steered trolling motor with GPS anchor. With the impact breakaway and rugged metal outer column you need, the Zero Flex metal foot pedal you want, and traditional cables that provide smooth, responsive steering. All built with the industry's most powerful lift assist system, truly universal high-definition integrated sonar imaging, and the industry's most accurate pinpoint GPS anchor. Now that's tournament grade. That's Motor Guide Tour.
Not all fishermen are created equal, but then again, not all fishing rods and reels are created equal. It's about getting your bait in just the right spot, and then reaping the rewards. It's about confidence in your equipment, knowing that it won't let you down in that moment of truth. It's about a feel. It's about a difference. It's about Lew's rods and reels. Feel the difference.
For over 70 years and 19 consecutive NMMA Consumer Satisfaction Awards, Skeeter continues to set the standard. And now, through October 19th, you can fall into savings with rebates of up to $1,500 on the FXR Limited, up to $2,500 on the FXR Apex, and double rebates of up to $3,000 on the ZX250. Fall into savings now through October 19th. Visit your local dealer or SkeeterBoats.com and fall into savings on the Skeeter boat of your dreams.
Hi, I'm Mark Zona. What? I'm Mark Zona. Well, I need a performance braid for finesse presentations. And I need a performance braid for power fishing. Seagar Smackdown High-Vis Flash Green lets me see line movement for those subtle bites. Smackdown Low-Vis Stealth Gray blends in to make my presentations more natural. Both are 8 strands in a perfectly round weave. And for me, it's the longest casting and quietest braid on the planet. Smackdown Braid from Seagar, always the best.
The morning bite started very quickly. Mark picked off a healthy bass on a Strike King Thunder Cricket right off the bat. Then he swapped to a spinnerbait, which adds more thump and flash than a bladed jig. A couple of misses and one break off have Mark convinced to retie and add a trailer hook.
Uh-oh. There he come off of it. Got it then. There we go. There we go. That's a mega little fella right there. I mean a fat T. Oh yeah, it's mega. Look at that. Oh, now looky here. We have got him caught by the adjustment. That fish would have never gotten caught otherwise. Come here, Biggie. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're caught. Now then, there is the exact reason why you put the trailer hook on. Never even got close to the spinnerbait. But the old Gamakatsu trailer hook got him. Now that's a good one too. Big old fish right there. Roughed up a little bit. She's been up here looking. How about that? Old trailer hook got you, dear, didn't it? Get on back over there. Uh-huh. You know, there was 3 bites on a spinnerbait before I landed one. It took a trailer hook to get the fish in the boat. So that tells me one of 2 things. These fish are really up there and are getting ready to spawn on any piece of wood cover they can get around, or they've just come up. I would have thought if they had just gotten up here, they'd be ready to smoke anything in their sight at 59, 60 degree water. But that just shows you, just about everything I throw moving wise in the tournament situation, I've got that trailer hook on there. A number 1 for 1/4 ounce and smaller spinnerbaits. A number 2 for your average 3/8 ounce, 1/2 ounce baits, and a number 3 Gamakatsu trailer hook for anything larger than that. And I may have to put it on this bladed bait too, this cricket, before it's said and done. Golly, just spooked a fish off of that right there. Every piece of wood in a lake like this, a fish can spawn on. There he is. Blade just quit wiggling. Blade just quit wiggling. You can see this guy, how that big long shank hook just makes it happen. See how deep that is? He just eased up behind it and got him. Oh, thunder cricket. Maybe a little buck bass right there. Blade just said, wasn't aggressive like a spinnerbait, just quit wiggling. Uh-oh, I cheated then. I should have picked up a spinnerbait. Such a perfect morning. I hadn't heard the birds scream like this in a long time. I've been missing that, listening to all this rain and ugly weather that we've had. It's just nice to be out. Thunder cricket going down, spinnerbait coming back. Wind is a spinnerbait fisherman's friend. Absolutely. Really helps a spinnerbait bite 10 to 1. Dirty water and wind, it's a spinnerbait dream. Water clarity, I can see that spinnerbait blade about that deep, which means, in my opinion, a bass can see that 3 to 5 times further in the water than we can. So if I can see it a foot, I believe that bass can see it at least 3 to 5 feet away from it. They're very well adapted in this kind of ugly, muddy water to use their lateral line and their sight to feed. But I believe this is perfect spinnerbait water. A foot, 18 inches of spinnerbait, of visibility for a spinnerbait is a nice, nice thing. Come on, biggin. That looked pretty coming through there. That one smoked it. Just a hard pulling, nice bass right there. Look at that. Boy, I mean, did he get that? He got main hook and everything. Come here. Look at that chunk. Spinnerbait. He got the main hook. He sharked that one. He hit that one sideways. Big fatty, little female right there. Female. All right, biggin, get out here. That was a good bite. Okay, I believe the spinnerbait is catching better quality so far. All right, let's go back to the cricket.
Introducing the all-new Tour Series, the only true cable steer trolling motor with GPS anchor, with the impact breakaway and rugged metal outer column you need, the ZeroFlex metal foot pedal you want, and traditional cables that provide smooth, responsive steering. All built with the industry's most powerful lift assist system, truly universal high-definition integrated sonar imaging, and the industry's most accurate pinpoint GPS anchor. Now that's tournament grade. That's Motor Guide Tour.
For over 70 years and 19 consecutive NMMA Consumer Satisfaction Awards, Skeeter continues to set the standard. And now, through October 19th, you can fall into savings with rebates of up to $1,500 on the FXR Limited, up to $2,500 on the FXR Apex, and double rebates of up to $3,000 on the ZX250. Fall into savings now through October 19th. Visit your local dealer or SkeeterBoats.com and fall into savings on the Skeeter boat of your dreams.
Hi, I'm Mark Zona. What? I'm Mark Zona. Well, I need a performance braid for finesse presentations. And I need a performance braid for power fishing. Seaguar Smackdown High-Vis Flash Green lets me see line movement for those subtle bites. Smackdown Low-Vis Stealth Gray blends in to make my presentations more natural. Both are 8 strands in a perfectly round weave. And for me, it's the longest casting and quietest braid on the planet. Smackdown Braid from Seaguar, always the best.
Not all fishermen are created equal. But then again, not all fishing rods and reels are created equal. It's about getting your bait in just the right spot and then reaping the rewards. It's about confidence in your equipment, knowing that it won't let you down in that moment of truth. It's about a feel. It's about a difference. It's about Lew's rods and reels. Feel the difference.
Kevin, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just filling in for Billy.
I need 660 shad crankbaits in the Series 5 model.
We're out.
You're not out. You got all kinds of them right there.
We're out.
Kevin, I need 6.
Have a lollipop.
I do not want a lollipop.
Have a lollipop.
Do you have it the sexy shad color?
Alternating between a bladed jig and a spinnerbait, Mark has quickly picked off bass. Both baits have their advantages and disadvantages. The spinnerbait seems to be catching better quality, whereas Mark's crickets seem to be getting bites quicker. Mark is targeting outside grass lines and any wood cover.
Time for you to redeem yourself and catch a big one. All right. That one roped it. That one hit it like you want a spinnerbait fish to bite it. Came off a piece of wood right there, where that fish came off of. You know, it took a long time for me to implement red into my arsenal. And it started in clear water with crankbaits in the late fall and early spring, and then has carried on into a spinnerbait, into a thunder cricket. And it seems like in the pre-spawn, before these fish get done spawning, red is a real color that makes them aggressive bait. We'll catch one off of this. He came over the tree to get that. Oh, thunder cricket's catching up on size. Look at that good one right there. Look at that good one right there. That is a chub. He came over that darn tree to get that. Get up in here. Look at that. Up, over, thunder cricket. Now these fish, they're absolutely, he's peeing actually. That is a chunk of a fish. He came over the log to get it. My. See, he's been spawning a while. He's got marks all over him. All right, get back to what you were doing. Red thunder cricket. All right. Spinnerbait's up now. Let's see what this spinnerbait will do. See if we can get a big one down that tree line right there. It seems like the spinnerbait, you know, those great big ones, it's almost like it's in slow motion when they eat it. and you've got that blade, thump, 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 thump. So it's just like they're coming to get it, they're honing in on it. But with that thunder cricket, it's a real hard vibration. The strike seems to be much more aggressive, much more speed involved. They're coming from a longer distance to get it. Either way, this is a lot of fun. So I can get it past it. There ought to be a good one on the outside. There's one right there under the boat. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm just holding on here. Oh, he foul. Ah, he's just in the side of the mouth. That little dude absolutely hit it and came at me 900 miles an hour. Let me get these poles down so I don't ruin the next cast. Huh. How about that little guy? Dude, that's a chub fella right there. That's right, all right. Well, spinnerbait goes away. Let's see if we can catch a big one on the whole bladed jig right here. Here we go. Coming right beside that stump. Whew, came right beside it and he didn't get it. Oh my goodness. You know, when you have a really good piece of cover, make multiple presentations to it. Make multiple casts to it. Sometimes you'll call that fish close to your bait, and he won't eat it. And then the next cast he moves a little closer, the next cast he moves a little closer, and the third, fourth cast he eats it. That happens a lot when you're winding a crankbait on wood. Happens a lot with a topwater bait. A jerkbait's another thing that they'll move towards. But when you've got the right piece of cover, make several casts to it. Don't put that size 12 foot on that motor guide and move on down the bank. Take your time and on the right piece of cover, work them over.
Introducing the all-new Tour Series, the only true cable steered trolling motor with GPS anchor. With the impact breakaway and rugged metal outer column you need, the Zero Flex metal foot pedal you want, and traditional cables that provide smooth, responsive steering. All built with the industry's most powerful lift assist system, truly universal high-definition integrated sonar imaging, and the industry's most accurate pinpoint GPS anchor. Now that's tournament grade. That's Motor Guide Tour.
For over 70 years and 19 consecutive NMMA Consumer Satisfaction Awards, Skeeter continues to set the standard. And now, through October 19th, you can fall into savings with rebates of up to $1,500 on the FXR Limited, up to $2,500 on the FXR Apex, and double rebates of up to $3,000 on the ZX250. Fall into savings now through October 19th. Visit your local dealer or SkeeterBoats.com and fall into savings on the Skeeter boat of your dreams.
Not all fishermen are created equal. But then again, not all fishing rods and reels are created equal. It's about getting your bait in just the right spot and then reaping the rewards. It's about confidence in your equipment, knowing that it won't let you down in that moment of truth. It's about a feel. It's about a difference. It's about loose rods and reels. Feel the difference.
Hi, I'm Mark Zona. What? I'm Mark Zona. Well, I need a performance braid for finesse presentations. And I need a performance braid for power fishing. Seaguar Smackdown High-Vis Flash Green lets me see line movement for those subtle bites. Smackdown Low-Vis Stealth Gray blends in to make my presentations more natural. Both are 8 strands in a perfectly round weave. And for me, it's the longest casting and quietest braid on the planet. Smackdown Braid from Seaguar, always the best.
Kevin, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just filling in for Billy.
I need 660 shad crankbaits in the Series 5 model.
We're out.
You're not out. You got all kinds of them right there.
We're out.
Kevin, I need 6.
Have a lollipop.
I do not want a lollipop.
Have a lollipop.
Do you have it the sexy shad color?
Rising temperatures in the spring often push bass right to the bank. Mark has been able to call his shots today, which resulted in some great quality bass. Not one technique has seemed to dominate, but both have been very productive. Mark kept the handle on his loose reels turning constantly, and his rod tip bowed.
Ah, that was a beautiful bite. They are hitting this darn thing and just coming at me. Look at that good one right there. They're getting it coming behind it and just pushing it. I can hardly catch up to them. That one came out of a piece of primrose. What a nice bass that is. Look how thick they are. See this pink? Pink on the tail, pink here. These fish are striped, they're bedding up here in this shallow water. Nice one, nice one, nice one. All right. Springtime spinnerbait fishing, blades are very important. And with the Hack Attack spinnerbait, you can see I've got a Colorado, a little round, and then the willow leaf blade here. This is an upsize. This is a number 5. It's a bigger blade. So it creates more flash and a little more vibration. When I get in colder water, I want to go to the double Colorado like this one right here. This Colorado blade swings a much wider profile as it vibrates through the water, and it's a bait that I can fish slower. It creates more of a thumping vibration than the willow leaf do. These are the two that I go to the most. This one in a little bit cooler water, and this old Colorado willow combination. And notice on this one, I have blades that are different. I have a silver and a gold. That gives just a little more contrast, a little different look to it, so that it appeals to a shad look as well as a bluegill look with those gold and silver blades. There's one. Boy, he loaded up on that good. I mean, those blades were just thumping and he just quack. Get up here, big end. Come here. Look at those pink fins on there. That one right there is laying next to something. All right. Springtime, spinnerbait, or a thunder cricket. He'll help you catch some big ones, I promise you. Get you a good old day like today. Big spinnerbait, thumpy blades, thumpy deal. You're gonna get your head thumped by a bass just like this one. Hey, join us next time for more Mark Menendez Bass TV, where we'll teach you how to catch more bass.
Mark Menendez Bass TV is brought to you by Skeeter Boats, Seaguar, Lose, feel the difference, Strike King Lure Company, Motor Guide, never stop. Closed captioning provided by Die Safe.